Good morning, everyone, and greetings. Welcome to our podcast today. We're going to have a fabulous time. This is a cook-off. So if you have your ingredients, we need zucchini, we need onions, we need tomatoes, and any other spice that you want to sprinkle on top. Get that ready because we're all going to cook together. The cook-off is between a student and myself. And we're going to be guided by Maurice Held, who is from Cornell University Cooperative Extension. And our student is Alessandra Costa from Iris Clark's class. So we're at Mid-Manhattan Adult Learning Center, MMALC. So first things first, do me a favor. In the chat box, please place your first name, your last name, and your teacher's name. Do that right now, please. Instead of using that link, the attendance link, we're going to simplify and just put that in the chat box because we get credit for you and you get credit for entering the podcast. In addition, during the podcast, Carlos Rosas, who is our engineer, he will be popping in from time to time to read your questions. So if you have any questions while we're cooking, put it in the chat box. And Carlos will pop in from time to time and read your questions. So I want to introduce Maurice. He's Chef Maurice. He gives workshops at Mid-Manhattan Adult Learning Center for our students. And he loves to cook. And he's going to be guiding us today with his ingredients. And here is Maurice. Hello, Maurice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, students, I love this center. You know, I've been teaching there for many years, and I think it's a wonderful place. So congratulations for being there. Now, if I'm a chef, you all are chefs.
Yes.
Because I'm not a professional, okay? I give nutrition classes and I make a little recipe. So today I do the reverse. I give a recipe and the nutrition will come after, okay? Now, when we start, always remember, have something to drink. Okay, water, coffee, nothing else. So
Too early.
Have something to drink. Also, I hope this morning you did some exercise, breathing to relax. Okay?
Maurice, can I bring Alessandra in?
Yes.
Right? I want to introduce.
Sure.
I want to introduce the student who will be cooking along with us.
Yes, you have to introduce her now.
Yes, Alessandra Costa. Welcome, Alexandra.
Hi. Hi, guys. Hi, Miss Maurice. It's very pleasant to be with you guys.
Excellent. Okay, take it away, Maurice.
Okay, so welcome, Alessandra. Yeah, it's wonderful to have you. Okay, so we are going to start. So I reminded everybody to have always something to drink. Hydration is important. Time of COVID, okay? Hydration, and remember having a little bit of breathing in and breathe out. Okay? Let's do another one and then we start the show. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, and we exhale. Okay? Remember to do this every morning. Okay, good. Great. Now, the basic of cooking, right? It's how you place things on your working table. This is the basic. It's called, in the culinary school, it's called mise en place. Okay, it means put things at the right place. Okay, so for example, my mise en place, here it is. You see, I put things, everything has to be in place. Okay, cutting board, knife, and the recipients to place things inside. Okay, so this is very important, mise en place. Now, of course,
you can take down that vocabulary word. The students can take down that vocabulary word.
You want to write it down, Sula, in the chat?
Carlos, you write it down if you can. Help us out.
Mise en place. M-I-E-S-E, M-I-S-E, E-N-P-L-A-C-E. mise en place. Very important. When you go to the school, culinary school, they teach you. Now, the recipe, okay? The recipe is part of the mise en place. So you have a recipe, then you have three parts, right? You have the ingredients, you have the instructions, and you have some information. But what is important is also how many yield, how many serving it's going to give you. Okay? So this is for the 6 portions. So it's good to have the recipe nearby. Okay? You saw it there.
Alessandra, do you have your recipe nearby?
Yes, I can show you right
So
now.
you see, I have the recipe here.
You can
Okay.
see.
Mine is right here.
Okay, very good, Alessandra. Excellent. Okay. The other part of the mise en place, of course, is has once you have the recipe, you go shopping. Shopping is very important because it depends what kind of ingredients you are going to buy. Okay, so sometimes you have large tomatoes or small tomatoes or the the green the the green zucchini are different shape and forms. It's called green squash or zucchini. Okay, so then you buy an onion. Also, you buy whatever you want to buy to add to your recipe. Okay, so it's very important. Recipe, shopping, and this is part of the mise en place. Okay, very good. Now about cooking. Mise en place is a French word, right? So it's was when the cooking was okay. We thought the best cooking in the world was French, Italian, and so cooking first started, in fact, in Italy, then came to France, and then from France, I mean, the French recipe came around. So in the U.S., Julia Child went to Paris, learned recipes, and for years she had a show showing the people how to French recipe. Today is very different. Why? Because we are international. Understand? You have recipe from Africa. We have recipe. Alessandra, you come from
Brazil.
Brazil. You have
Yes.
fantastic food in Brazil. Then you go, you can move to Asia, right? And you have fantastic food. One of the best cook in the world is a Korean woman. She is a Buddhist nun.
Oh.
So once in a while she comes to New York, everybody goes crazy. She lives in a monastery. She has her garden, everything natural. She's one of the best cooks in the world. Okay? So it's not anymore French. And then you have Mexican food. And then you have Thailand. Then you have Chinese food. Very complex. Okay, so you see, we're not anymore Euro-centered or America-centered. We expand. We have to expand our knowledge, our taste, also taste bud. Once you get used to Chile, like I did, Chile Serrano, right? Mexico has 50 kinds of chile. Like you see those restaurants, Chipotle. My daughter cannot eat her chicken without Chipotle. So we expand our taste. We taste things, right? We make things different, varied, okay? We're open to the world. Good. So this was an introduction. Now, I'm going to show, of course, food safety. You washed everything that you are going to use, right? Right, Alessandra? You washed
Yes.
everything.
Let me show you.
You wash the place, okay?
Yeah, I wash it.
Everything. Everything is clean. You also wash. Oh, very good. show us beautiful, beautiful Alessandra. She's showing us her tomato and the herbs, okay? So everything seems Sula too.
Oh,
So this is very important. We have everything washed and clean, okay? We avoid cross-contamination. We have no meat, no fish, so we don't have to fear about the salmonella, okay? Good. So this is very important, the food safety. And then I don't want to talk too much. So I'm going to show you now the cutting board, okay? I'm going to show you my cutting board, okay? You see it? This is my cutting board. Now, this is my favorite knife.
that's my favorite one.
Okay, when you hold the knife, okay, you put your hand
Mm-hmm.
a little bit on the blade,
Oh,
and you put your thumb on top of the blade on the other side, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh,
So, okay, it's the way you hold the knife. This is a technique. When you see the chef, I'm not a chef, they go, okay? But it's important how you hold the knife. Good. Now, some people use other knives, like this one. I don't have too many knives. I'm not a chef. This, for example, is going to chop, cross chopping. You hold the blade
that's different.
and you cut, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's one other way to do. Myself, I like this little thing. I like this. Okay. So maybe we need to start to proceed now. I wanted to tell you that different words. Maybe somebody could write. You can chop things, okay? You can slice them. You can dice. You make little like cubes, okay? You dice, and then you can mince. Mince mean you cut very, very, very small. Like here, you see, I have this cilantro,
ah.
so I mince it. Okay, good. Now the thing, when you cut, right? Try to avoid to cut your finger. The left hand, otherwise you need a 911. Okay. Now you see, you curl your fingers like this, and you put your thumb underneath. Okay. So when you cut, like for example, I'm going to cut this. So I hold my chile. I
Mm-hmm.
bring my knife against my fingers. I
Oh.
hide my thumb underneath. I don't want to cut my thumb. And then I go, okay? Okay? Now this is a chile. I'm not going to use it. This chile, you know the chile? The seeds inside, I have a lot of, it's very strong, okay? Good. So let's start to cut. First, we're going to cut the tomato, okay? I already prepared some tomatoes cut here, okay? I'm cheating,
Me too.
okay? We'll have to catch up. Alessandra, show us what you did
Yeah,
already.
I have serious tomatoes. It's small.
Okay, very good. It's called cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomato. I cut in the half.
Good. Yeah, it's good. Then Sula, you did a good job too. Very good. Now we're going to show how we cut the tomatoes. Okay. There's always a trick in cooking. Okay. So for example, for tomatoes, you start cutting the tomatoes, right? And you go like this. Oh, it doesn't work. What am I supposed to do? So what you do, you make an incision, okay, like this. Another one here.
Oh, that's
Another one here. Another one here, okay?
Okay, big
So
one.
you make an incision in the tomatoes. And so now you can cut your tomatoes, okay? Easy, okay?
Maurice. Maurice,
Yes.
does it matter
Yes.
what kind of tomato that we purchased? Because there's so many
It doesn't
different
matter.
kinds of tomatoes.
It doesn't matter. If cherry tomatoes are on sale or plum
Uh-huh.
tomatoes, it's up to you, to your own taste, okay?
Okay. I can cut only the middle, the cherry tomato.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect, perfect. Now, of course, you remove the place where you had the stem. By the way, I wanted to tell you, when you cook at your home, you have clean hands, right? So you don't need to have gloves, okay? Only when you're in the class, we use gloves, okay? Or in a restaurant or something, okay? So we prevent contaminating people. But otherwise, in the house, we don't use gloves.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I cut my tomatoes, right? Also, one of the important technique of cutting, look, you hold, right? You go forward with the
Oh,
knife. Always cut forward, not backward.
oh,
Forward, forward,
Forward.
forward, okay?
Oh, that's new.
Always cut
Forward.
forward. So
Oh,
it prevents also for you, okay? So you go forward, 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 okay?
okay.
Don't go backward, go
not back.
forward,
Oh, forward.
okay?
One question, Miss Maurice. I have
Yes,
them two knife. This two knife. One have come
yes.
little T. I like that for cut everything. But I saw your knife no have T. It look like that one.
Okay, use the knife you are most comfortable with. Okay,
Okay,
which one
that's
you like
one.
the most?
I like that one.
I
Okay,
like this
so
one too.
That's
so
one.
use
Little
one
T.
knife,
It's small for
use
my.
one knife that you like, you're comfortable with, okay?
Okay, I go put this
Very
away.
important, you use one knife. Okay, now we cut this. Okay, now it's time to put the tomatoes here. Can you see?
Yes, I put my here ready.
Now your cherry tomatoes are ready. Bravo, Alessandra. What about Sula? Your tomatoes are ready?
Yes, mine's away.
Okay, perfect. Good. Now, also I cheated with the zucchini.
Mm.
Here they are. I prepped, like we say, we prep. The chef is going to tell you, hey, come on, prep a little bit. So you prepare the food before. Okay? Now I just will show you how I cut the zucchini. Now all have different. I cannot move the knife like this when I have people around, but I'm alone, so it's good. So so mise en place of freshly freezer, it means putting in place. Very good, excellent.
Wow.
Kamala read, very excellent, Kamala. Thank you,
Thank you, Kamala.
Kamala. Fantastic, Kamala. Great lady. Okay, now you have the zucchini, right?
Yes. So, yes, so I can see
Can you
now.
see me?
Yes.
So we cut the ending, okay? Now I always have a container here where I place things for the compost. You see compost?
Oh,
At Saturday, I bring this to the compost. We have like 3 or 4 or 5 bags full.
Oh,
Okay?
that's
Very
good.
important.
What is
Now,
a compost, Maurice?
excuse me?
What's a compost?
Compost is that where you place your organic food matter that you have used during the week, it goes to a place and then it decomposes, okay, and become a very excellent soil that you can
Every
use in the
community
garden.
have a location like that?
So we go here to the farmers market.
Oh,
Not all the farmers market had reintroduced the compost system, okay. I think 14 Union Square has it. Here we have it. Some people volunteer to do it because it's so essential. Instead of throwing things in the garbage, you make compost, special soil, right? Fertile soil, and then you can use this for plants. It's excellent. So usually they put worms, and worms eat everything. Good. Now, see, I cut the ending of the zucchini.
Yes.
Now, when you have something round, when you have a carrot or something, there are different ways. Some people go like this, okay? So they cut one part, and here you see you stable. Instead of having something round,
Ah,
where you can cut yourself, but especially with the carrots.
This is
Okay.
new. Thank you. A little bit.
Otherwise, look, for the zucchini, I go like this. I put my knife here, right? I put my fingers around and boom.
Now you go inside next to you, no outside. The knife.
I cut my zucchini. Okay, now I can. So for the zucchini, it doesn't matter if it's too big or too small, okay? So here, we could have cut it better, but it's fine like this, okay? Good.
Miss Maurice, you cut the zucchini como 3 slices?
So you can slice it the way you want, okay? But it should not be too big, okay?
Not too big.
I think this is cut the right way, okay? Like some now again, because it's a French cooking, the French tradition, they will cut something that's long like this, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to show you. For example, when you cut something at the lengths, when you make tomatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you cut something that's long like this,
mhm.
with
Yes.
carrots, it's called julienne.
Sure.
Then another shape is called parmentier. Another shapes of the old French terms that if you go to this American culinary school along the Hudson, you will have to learn all these different words.
Oh,
Okay.
These are good
I see them.
vocabulary words, Mr. Maurice.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, julienne, parmentier, different terms. What else? Macédoine, okay. Brunoise is all French, but you don't have to know these terms. It's good that you heard about it, and then it's for more adapted to the French cooking. Again, we want to get away from Eurocentrism. Okay, very important.
Maurice,
Now, yes,
may I make an announcement?
yes, go ahead.
Everyone, do me a favor. If you haven't done it already, please place your first name, last name, and your teacher's name in the chat box so we can get attendance, so we can get credit for you, and you get credit as well. Thanks.
Okay, very good. So I think we start cooking at 11:45. What do you think? I think we'll have time, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So now I place my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something I didn't tell you. Okay. Before you place your cutting board, have a wet paper towel underneath. Okay, like look at the board. How it moves here. Once I place a paper towel underneath, you see, I cannot move it.
Oh, I go do it right now.
So you see, always put a paper towel underneath, wet paper towel under the cutting board. Now it doesn't
Wet
move.
right now. I go do it.
Very good. Wet, put it under the cutting board.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Miss Maurice.
Very
Yeah.
good. Excellent, Alessandro. Alex,
Thank
excellent.
you.
Okay. What about Sula? Did you put a paper towel under your board?
I have a mat under my board, which
Oh,
keeps
she has a
it from
mat.
sliding.
You know, she is fancy. Okay, fancy, fancy. Okay. Now the last but not least. Okay, I already cheated here. See, I have my onions already. Now the onions also. There's also a trick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the onions, there's a trick. You can already cut it like this before, okay? Watch your finger. Okay, you slice it like this already. So once you cut,
Oh,
you will have already your onions, okay, in small cubes, okay?
Miss Maurice, I cut my onion. I don't know if it was better was the white or the purple one. I love the purple one, but I cut this in the middle.
Yeah, first you cut in the middle and then you can do whatever you want. But be careful, the onion also is like the tomato. The knife can slide. See, the knife can slide here on the
We need
side.
to. We're not seeing your table, Maurice.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Be
Oh,
careful with the knife that's sliding, okay?
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's
So
true.
once you have cut inside, it's easier.
Oh,
Okay, you see the little,
I sliced my onions differently, Maurice.
yeah, there are different way of doing
I
things.
sliced it, like in little pieces.
Yeah.
I could do this to mine. From
Oh,
Yeah, this one was already cut in two. You notice it was only half of the onion. But yeah, each one has a different way of doing things. Try to do it the most efficient way.
it's a very creative process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, here are your onions. You can cover them. Now, also, which good in the refrigerator. You see the container here?
Uh-huh. Yes.
You can put the onion here. You don't use, you put it here. And
Oh,
then you keep it in the fridge. You cover your onion. You can put the saran wrap, but it's very nice to have something like this. Okay?
where can you get that cover from, Maurice? That
Oh, I
onion-
don't know. Probably Amazon will sell it to you.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now, quickly, we're going to explain in 2 seconds. This is parsley, all right?
Ooh.
Okay, this is parsley, and this is cilantro.
Mhm.
Okay, in between there is a wall, right? It should not be like this, okay? Parsley, the Italian love their parsley. Oh, there's no way they will like to have cilantro. Mexican, of course, you cannot go and make a guacamole without cilantro, okay? Or pico de gallo, no? So it's important to accept two kinds, but I prefer cilantro. At first, I didn't like the cilantro, and I like parsley better. But parsley is more Italian or French, okay? But cilantro is used a lot in the Americas and Africa too. Good. So there's a little war here. Some people, I like cilantro. I hate parsley. Okay, it should not be like this. But it is true that I use more cilantro than parsley. Okay, that's it.
I have a basil. I can cut my basil too.
You have
Well, yeah. I have a cilantro too. What do you think is
what you
basil?
have?
Yeah.
You have parsley.
Yes.
Good.
You want to
Parsley will give you a different taste. All right.
You think the basil is more strong than cilantro? Cilantro is more light?
It's up to you.
different taste? I have cilantro.
We have to be open to different tastes. We're not going to be prejudiced. Okay.
Okay.
Now, another trick I have, and this is cutting the cilantro, right? Remember, cilantro you
Maurice?
can use, yes,
Do we need to clean the cilantro?
of course, it was already cleaned.
Okay.
It's food safety. Beginning, you clean everything,
Yeah.
all the ingredients. It should be clean. Okay, now we are about to start cooking, otherwise we'll be late. Now you see here, I cut the cilantro with a knife, but there's another trick. Look at me.
Oh, let me get my.
Oh,
Let me get my scissors.
Oh,
Okay, when you finish
oh,
a
that's
dish
a
and
good
you
one.
want to put the little herbs on top,
Oh my,
use your scissors and cut it. Okay. Now another thing between parsley and cilantro. Cilantro you can use the stem. It
ah,
stays the same. But
Um,
with the parsley, okay,
you take on
you
it.
use you use only the leaves.
The leaf. Okay, I go take mine right now.
It's for the parsley because the stems are kind of hard, you know.
Uh,
Okay.
all right.
what a
Good.
great idea, Maurice, with the scissors.
Yes.
Yes. And
Oh
then
my
2 fingers.
goodness, this is fabulous.
In fact, in certain stores, you can find those scissors in the section about cooking. Okay.
Yes, I bought my store.
Now, last thing, but
Oh,
if I want to use the parsley, look, I go like this. I crush it, and here I go. Okay, I can remove the peel very easily by crushing it. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Let's stop. Now, in terms of cooking, I decided to use a skillet. Why? Because you can see what I'm doing.
use one guy.
Usually I use a different pan, okay? You see?
Yeah.
I use this is cast iron.
Wow.
It's very good. Because it is one of the best. So the fact is very thick here.
Mm-hmm.
It prevents things to burn too fast. Okay? The heat of the stove will expand instead of going. The skillet,
How many garlic do you use? 1 teaspoon, the 2 teaspoons.
so I'm using only the skillet. The heat will also expand here, but not as much as a cast iron. Okay, good, good, Alessandra. I like it. Very good. Okay, we ready now?
One question,
Okay,
Maurice. One question.
like for some people, if they want to put ginger, you see ginger here?
Oh,
Oh,
You can put ginger too. Okay, very good. So let's start. We're going to start by putting some olive oil, right? They say. I usually for cooking I use canola, but olive oil is good also. Now, olive oil you have different kind, you have different prices. Some are very pricey. Be careful. But it is true that the very expensive oil is written cold press. Okay, the cold pressed olives makes the best olive oil. The
oh,
olive oil is so good, right? Then the the olive oil is almost dark green. Okay, the olive oil is almost dark green.
mm,
Okay,
huh?
this olive oil is very, but it's expensive. This is the problem. So we use this one, which is extra virgin olive oil,
My
but probably okay, it may be not cold press or first. Sometimes you read first cold press. Okay, let's go. Otherwise, we'll be here until 4 o'clock. Are you ready? Did you put some music also?
oh,
favorite.
we still have, right?
For put
Put
the
like
olive oil.
Alexandra, you should put some music. Okay, so I turn the stove on. Okay, I put a little bit of
Oh,
oil.
Carlos in there. Carlos in
Are you
there.
ready?
Interrupt for 1 minute.
Yes.
Yes.
Please don't play music. That's the quickest way we can get sued because of copyright.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
No problem.
It's a bad idea. Okay, so you started to. I put the oil. Okay.
Miss Maurice, you have the oil, you put come 1 spoon, or you put what you want.
So first I put the onions. Okay.
Okay.
Now Remember, when you are using a nice skillet, very nice, okay, don't scratch it with a, you use a wooden spatula, okay, it's clear?
First onion.
So we need to put, ready? So I'm going to put the onions. Okay, everybody put the onions.
How high should the heat be, Maurice?
Excuse me?
How high should the heat be?
Okay,
Flame.
first you put it high.
Okay.
Okay.
To start, you give it a boost, okay? Give a boost to your onions. Okay. Now you're not going to let them burn, right? We call this, we let them become a little golden. Okay, they will change their color. So just watch it. Move with the spatula, you move your onions so they don't stay in the same spot. You're not going to burn the whole thing. Then you
Miss Maurice?
destroy your recipe.
Excuse me, Miss Maurice. I put 1 spoon there olive oil.
You put the onions?
Yeah, I put the onions already. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Very good, excellent. So you can have wooden spatula or this is a plastic one, okay? Okay, good.
This is better.
Good one. Now, when you are in the kitchen or stove, it is good, this comes from Mexico, right? So you can put this on the stove, right? And you can place your spatula on top.
Maya, that one.
You see?
Mhm.
You can
I
put
have
the
that.
spatula on top. Very good, very good.
What?
You can put your utensil right there. Mm.
Maya, it's
You see
frying.
it? I hope Carlos is not forbidding us to spread the flavor. Okay?
Mm.
You have my
It
permission
will
to
smell
spread.
good.
Okay. All right.
I'll bring
I
you
think-
some next week, Carlos.
Or start placing bets to see who's going to make the better meal.
Okay, very good. Now we put some garlic.
What you put now? Garlic?
Yeah, put a little garlic if you want. This
Okay.
is an option. You know?
Love garlic.
Okay, again, a recipe is not a fixed thing. You can substitute, you can retrieve something, you can add. This is the basic recipe, but then you can create something on top, okay? Add your favorite condiments, okay? Your favorite spices. If you are from the West Indies, okay, you use different, maybe you put curry, I don't know, you put different flavor for different taste. Okay, good. I think my onions are getting ready.
My too.
I lower the flame a little bit, okay? And now I'm going to put the tomatoes. The tomatoes, since they have water, right, it's going to make noise. You heard that?
Yes.
No. Very good, very good. Now you can put some cilantro already.
No.
We keep the rest of the cilantro for the end, okay?
Put a little bit now in the end.
Yeah, you can put a little bit now. Also, it gives a nice color, okay?
Mine looks so beautiful. Let me show you. Look at that.
It does, look. You see beautiful colors, okay? Very good, Alessandra, very good. Sula, fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I put my fire on.
I think we'll have the podcast go 15 after 12, right?
It's 12:15.
We have 12:15, so we have 15 and 3. We have 18 minutes. Perfect. 10 minutes would be good. Now, I bring the flame back and I'm going to put the zucchini.
Oh,
Okay? You ready? Put the zucchini in.
The zucchini?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Try to keep your place neat, right? Now, unless you have high blood pressure, don't add salt. You know salt. Vegetables already have sodium, but for the taste, we like to. Now, so I have salt here, a little bit, and I have what I like a lot is pepper, right?
Okay.
Okay, good.
You do it too? Correct, okay.
So salt, a little pepper. Escape my hands, to the compost. Okay, good. So now, remember also, after a while, you are going to let it simmer. You understand the word simmer? It means you put it on lower fire, right?
No?
Okay. And there you go. Remember, never place the lid of a pot like upside down, okay?
Alright.
Always up. Always up, you lid, okay? So, now we're going try to cover, right, to mix it. Cover it, we let it simmer. Sometimes if it comes too dry, then I could add a little water, right?
the water helps to steam the vegetables, yeah?
But there is water in the zucchini, so
I go
you
get
don't
my.
have to add a lot of water. Okay?
So, Maurice, do you have a favorite recipe?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, different recipes, but I'm not super cook in the house. My wife is just an outstanding cook.
Ah,
I mean, she makes amazing dishes in the Mexican dishes, European, whatever. She makes sushi also.
oh, talented. I'm going to add some. I'm going to add some mushrooms.
I love
Very
mushroom.
good.
They cook quickly.
Yeah.
So you heard what Sula says, very important. According to your taste, according to your health, you can add something to your recipe. Okay? Very good, very good.
I'm also going to add some pepper flakes.
Oy, oy, oy.
I love pepper flakes.
Ooh.
Bam!
Everybody has a way, of adding
I
the
go put a
favorite
little bit in
taste.
my too.
But in my olive oil, I have a little container. I put pepper flakes at the bottom. If you have a small container, you could put whatever spice you like at the bottom, and it will flavor the oil.
Oh.
It's great. Alessandra, what spice do you use the most?
I use this spice, the dry one spice, crushed red spice, that one.
Red
What's
spice.
that?
Okay.
Oh, crushed red pepper. Yes.
Yes.
Red pepper spice. Yes, I have some here.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Even Korean cooking, they give you spice. Oh, this is coming from Thailand. So New York is a great place. Of course, we cannot spend too much money, but a great restaurant. By the way, there is a restaurant by a chef, Afro-American chef on, I think it's on Lenox Avenue. It's called the Red Rooster.
Oh, yes.
And this man sometimes is cooking for the White House, okay? So you see the cooking is not only centered on the European or white cooking.
Miss Maurice, you need to put some little bit water? Water in there? Or no?
You say?
You need to put a little bit water.
It's up to you. You have to see if. But I think the zucchini gives you enough water. Okay.
Yes.
By cooking, the zucchini will give
Yeah,
you
I think
some.
yeah, I have the juice, the zucchini, tomatoes. I think it's no need.
Good. Excellent. So you cover it now, and then we let it simmer for, let's say, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. If it's cooked before, some people like their zucchini a little crunchy.
Crunchy.
Okay, so maybe before the 10 minutes now, or you can expand the cooking so you have it mushy, a little mushy. Okay.
Miss
It's up to
Maurice,
you.
I have the tofu.
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to know I cannot do it with the tofu. I can put in there my pans with little olive oil and grill him. I cannot do it with the tofu. I know you have in your recipe.
Okay, Alessandra, you could cut your tofu. It's a firm, right? The firm tofu.
Yes, from.
Explain to people the tofu is extract from the soy plant. Okay, so we make an extract. It's called tofu. It's like looks like a cheese. It has no taste.
Yes.
So it will take the taste of the food you place with. If you put a chili, it will have the taste of chili. If you put onion, it will take the taste. Okay, so the goal of using soy tofu, right, is to give you extra protein. Like this dish, if you notice, this dish doesn't have protein. Okay, the water coming down from the lid. There's plenty of water there.
Mine too.
But you don't have to add water really.
No.
Well, I guess it will depend on how thick you chopped your zucchini. I think I made mine a little larger chunks. So I needed to put some water to accelerate, to quicken the cooking time.
I call that side. That side. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Good.
We have 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Minutes, you'll be there. We'll be ready. Now, I thought of making rice, but the simpler the better. Okay, sometimes in a demo like this, if we focus on one dish, then we are better. Okay,
Okay.
so not make you, it's like with your life, don't make your life too complicated. Okay, simple.
But if you have any rice left over in the refrigerator, I happen to have quinoa left over.
Very good, very good.
So,
yeah. I have my integral rice.
Very good, very good. Rice, brown rice. Quinoa is a great source of protein. You know, there's protein in quinoa, and it has 10% iron. Very good, fantastic grain. Rice is good. Did you cook brown rice, Alessandra?
Yes, brown rice.
Okay, very good. So it has a lot of fibers.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful.
don't forget to hydrate. Drink your water in between.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And make
I'm
sure
ready
you
to-
put your name, your first name, last name, and your teacher's name in the chat box.
My brown rice.
Over the fire,
Here's-
okay.
I go drink my water right now.
I'm lowering the fire a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice, what do you put in your water?
My water to drink or my
Yeah.
water to put?
Your water to drink. What's in it?
It's in the mandarin.
Oh, a mandarin. Oh, a mandarin. Look at that. I have lemon and basil.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Basil is great.
Sometimes I've seen you put what is it? Cucumber.
Okay, well, cucumber is fantastic with lemon. Oh,
Yes, with
and
lemon.
it's very good for your stomach. You know, I can lose my COVID belly. Would be good. So listen, water, yeah, it's good. And like you say, now basil, I wanted to buy basil. This recipe also says basil.
Mm.
It was very expensive. So I said, well, so okay, also, so you shop according to your means, okay? If your
Mhm.
recipe tells you, oh, put basil, and you say, no, it's kind of expensive, $3. Well, so buy cilantro, okay? It's not that you are obliged to follow exactly the ingredients of the recipe, okay? Now, where are we here?
Should we taste it to see how about the seasoning?
With my second tasting. You can taste it if you want.
Wow, look at them.
Whoa, that's good. The tomato really adds a little zing.
Let me show that all the juices come to the my all the water. I don't put water, but you can see all of this the juice. Look.
Oh,
Oh,
you
from the
put
tofu.
Oh yeah.
issues great. So let's show our dish to the participants.
So should we plate? Should we put it on a plate?
Yeah, eventually we will. Maybe you could and you show us. So let's show first how it looks. Okay, you cannot see because the camera is not placed well. Okay, you see it here, the skillet?
Oh.
Okay, different colors, different vegetables. Okay, good.
Alessandra, put it closer so I can see.
Okay.
Oh wow. Look at
See?
the
Very
tofu.
nice, Alessandra. Did you put the tofu inside?
I don't put the tofu inside. I think to put in a little bit in this pan.
Okay.
You put the tofu. You can put it inside
Yeah,
because I
okay.
never use the tofu. I can put it inside now.
Yeah, you could put inside, but now we are how many? 5 minutes left. Yeah, you could put a little
Okay,
bit of
I will
tofu.
cut a little bit. Little bit.
Yeah, cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Small pieces.
Small piece.
Small pieces. No big. No big. Okay.
Okay.
So you cut it, right? It's
Yeah.
called
I'll put it here.
diced. You dice it, okay? So you different kind of sizes for dicing. You know, if you go to the knife technique, you will have pictures of julienne, minced. You will have pictures of different way of cutting things. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you want, at the end, you can. Of course, you are going to put this on a plate, right? Now, if you like a little bit of protein, you can have a piece of cheese.
Ooh.
You can
Mm.
put a little piece of cheese on it, or tortilla on the side.
Oh.
What kind of cheese? Cheese you
Or
want?
bread, you know. So let's
Let's plate.
let's serve. Let's serve, okay?
Lunch.
Lunch. Okay, I hope everybody cooked, so you may be hungry. I'm sorry, I cannot send you the food by Federal Express, okay? All right? Okay, here we go.
I will put my little rice.
So you can put these. And when we finish, I will add the pieces. So remember, we kept some cilantro for the end.
Oh
Okay?
yes.
Oh.
We crown the rest. Okay? The plate. Now this Now again, if you're in a rush, you have not cut your cilantro yet.
Let me
Okay,
cut it
remember, you have this tool here. You can cut your cilantro like this, okay?
That's
You can
very good.
impress- You can
My
impress
hands
you.
sometimes I get the knife with the scissors.
You can impress your invité. Okay.
Let me
Great.
get-
So here we go. Can you see the plate?
Yes.
Let me put my plate in. Okay.
Okay, good.
Cover.
I think our timing was good.
Perfect.
What about the participants? Could you go cook along with us? I know we cheated a little bit, okay? We prepped a little before. Okay?
I hope you all had a chance to cook along with us.
Mhm.
This looks delicious, and I cannot wait to taste it. And Carlos, I will bring a little batch for you
Oh yeah.
for next week. I'll save it for you. I think we need to taste it. Hold on.
Oh yeah. I will taste mine.
We need to
What I
taste
do
it.
right now is lick my screen. That's about it.
Okay,
Nice.
Alessandra, how is yours?
Oh yeah. Go taste mine. I put my brown rice. I go get my.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Wow.
I put
This
my.
recipe,
Now I can see my face.
Carlos, this recipe is so easy. You go to the store, 3 zucchini, 2 large tomatoes, 1 onion, and here you go. And then
Mm.
you add, you do it fast. In 15 minutes is done.
Trust me,
Maybe 20.
pretty soon.
Very good. The taste. Mm.
Bon
So
appetit.
now you taste without burning yourself. Where are the mushrooms, Sula? I don't see them.
What color mushroom, Susan? Oh, the
Here.
brown one?
The white.
White one.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Oh, moto.
It's
I
good.
tofu. It's
It's
yummy.
good. I'm not kidding. It's very good.
Yes, right.
While we're eating, while you're eating, we did have some questions. So,
Okay.
Fred, one of our instructors, wanted to know if you could tell us about any compost drop-off sites.
Okay, Kamala, they had cut the funding for compost, but they had many sites. We started, in fact, they were asking the mayor to introduce in the budget compost. So here at McCarran and also McLaurin Park, volunteers started to have the compost so they could keep it running. And I'm sure 14th Street, but check your local farmers market, okay, for compost. It's very important you do that. It's ecological thing, that we have to do.
So the farmers
Give
market,
back to the earth what the earth gave us. Okay, salud.
the farmers market usually have their own compound sites.
Some people have it in the bucket, or they do the compost in their own garden, backyard.
Ah, yes. I have a friend who does that. Well, I thank everyone. I thank Carlos. Carlos is a case manager at Mint Manhattan. He's
Thank
also
you very much, Carlos.
an engineer, and he's also the creator of our podcast. Thank you, Alessandra.
Yes.
I think we all won this contest.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Right? Because everyone had something different. Maurice, Chef Maurice, you know how we
Chef
value
Sula,
food.
Chef Alessandra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Maurice.
And
Wonderful.
Carlos, you are the chef, IT chef. Congratulations.
Exactly.
That's
Make sure you put your names and your teacher's name in the chat box so we
Okay,
can express.
so you tell us when you say goodbye.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna finish our lunch.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you, guys.
I hope it was as fun for you as it was for us. See you next time.
Alessandra, I'll see you next week
See
on
you.
Zoom. But